Boo. Hello, always Dizzy here. Started the stream a bit later than I had wanted, but what are you going to do? A little tired today. Um, had some stuff going on today. I'm going to start with Puzzle Streak of 40, as I always do before I play any games. It went pretty well the last couple times I streamed. Hopefully it goes well again today. And then I'm going to probably play some Rapid. Okay, so I'm going to start a minute in here. Mate in 2. Free queen. Come on, hurry up. Discovery on the rook. Mate. Bowden's mate. And mate. Take. Mate? No? Yeah, check and then take his rook. Free bishop. Free queen. Free queen or a mate. Stupid fan is being noisy. How dare ye? It looks like just a mate in 1. We are white. We are white? Huh? I guess, so we have to take, and then we have to take. And then we need to stop this pawn. Yeah, this fan noise is distracting me. I don't know if I can jiggle it to make it stop the sound. How easily distracted I am. This should win the rook. And F3 should be good. And move the king. No, we need to protect the rook on A1. We have another fork on C6 here. And everything should be protected. And how would we take? We want to take with the pawn. Okay, we are white. These are our pieces. This is black's piece. Okay. So we have a check. And he needs to stay on his rook. And then do I have G5? I do. And we are black. I can pick up the knight. We are black. Hello, cats. Play chess. We are black. Check. Take ding ding. And I will be quicker there. And that should be good. We are black. I think I just have a lifeline here. I think we just have a lifeline. We are black. Can I push and then promote my F pawn? Push. Oh, what if he pushes? Okay, so H3, G3, King F3. And it's a little tricky. King h4, king. Okay, so that should be winning. Yeah, and then king g2. Okay, yeah, that one was a little tricky. Looks like we have a mate in... Oh, no, we don't. This is a... I thought this was a bishop. So how do we do this? Maybe rook e1 picks up his rook. And we are white, making good time, 5 minutes in. Can I put my king on a5? Seems pretty slow. But his king can't do anything. His bishop can't do it. Well, his bishop could come in here eventually. But that's going to take a long time for that to happen. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go here. Now, what if he just puts the bishop on e8? Well, then is there a way for me to go here and then here? No, but then can I go here eventually? I mean, I think this is a plan, but it's not. I feel like I have to go after the F pawn eventually. Okay, I don't see another plan. Yeah, I don't like that puzzle. It ended way too soon. But yeah, that's the only thing that made any sense. Can I take and then rook e1? And then if f5, just f3 should be good. We are white. I need to get to this square. So is there a way that I can do that? So if I give a check, he has one legal move. And then I have another check. Yeah, so queen h4, king d5. c4 check. Hello, welcome back, Nebula. You're in a better mood today. Forced mate is good. Okay, so queen h4, king d5. No, here it doesn't work. Okay, I'm not sure about queen h4, but that is one of two checks. We have another check on g8, and that's a mate in one, a mate in two. How did I not even see that? That's ridiculous that I didn't even see this. Okay, a mate in two, and oh my God, I'm embarrassed. So we're down a pawn, but this is going to lose his queen because of discoveries. And here we have a check. This wins the rook. That'll put me. Will I get to keep the knight after that? Is questionable. But it's probably this, and you can't go into here because of discoveries. So now, how do we? I mean, we probably just want the bishop. I don't see how it could be anything else. And then we just come back where we came in from. Again, nothing else makes sense. We're not going to be greedy here. And come on, Lichess, give me another one here. What about check? I think knight d2 should be winning. right? Mate in 2. And we are black. What if we... Yeah, his knight... Okay, he can give us a check. Okay, I could grab... Yeah, if I get the 2 pawns, it's going to be way too much for his knight to handle. So I think we take on h2. And then if he pushes, we just come back. So this should be good. Yeah, we just come back and attack it. And we are black. Time is still decent, 10 minutes in here. So we could threaten mate. And then check. And look at that, we win the bishop. Very nice. Because f3 is the only way for him to stop mate. So this was actually pretty lovely. And here there should be, is it just a mate in 1? So that's a strange puzzle to give. Next up, we have a check here. And then if he blocks it, what am I doing then? Then I take his knight. Or why can't I take his knight to begin with? Yeah, probably taking first is best, but I want to know why. Why is it best? Probably because he just takes immediately. Sorry, it's check. Yeah, sorry. Check. Because then if I take, then he just takes my bishop. Yeah, so we remove that first and then we give check. And we are white. His queen, maybe not trappable. Where is everybody today? Quiet in the chat room. It's not a chat room. It's chat. This knight might be trapped. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm sick of this fan making noise. I gotta adjust it. It's too bad. We had identical fans, and I think I got the bad one. Okay. Sorry, I'm so easily distracted by noise. Not just noise. I'm just distracted by everything. It does seem quieter, but I know as soon as I say that, I'm going to jinx it. Can I attack his rook? Does that do anything? No. Oh, it's just 92 maybe, and then G3? No, what am I even smoking? It's check. This one's hard. Oh my God, there's a fork. It's embarrassing. Okay, so the only thing I need to consider is if there's any tricks here, but I don't think there is. I don't know why this took me so long to find. That's really sad. Okay, so what is going on here? I mean, I could queen, but I would be trading that, and then it would just be equal material, right? He would have to go bishop f1. And it's not even equal material. I'm down a pawn. And that doesn't really look good to me. I could take his bishop, and then I still have this strong pawn, which is threatening to promote. So I think taking the bishop is better here. Another way to look at it is pawns kind of increase in value as they move up the board. Now, white can get his queen a little bit active here, and that is definitely concerning. But then I can take. So we are going to take that, and then we take here and check. Okay, so we are black. This one, I don't want to take because my... Oh, you know what it is? I think it is taking. And then we just push the pawn. So take, push. Our king stops this one, and his king will be outside of the box. So we simply push and stop this. And we are white. Check. And if king f8, then check. I'm not so sure about this line, but then I have this, and I'm picking up his knight. Maybe. I mean, it's gotta be queen g6. Can I easily refute these other moves? There's bishop f7. I'm not sure about that, though. Oh, no, the fan is making noise again. Damn it. It used to be completely silent, the fan. That's what really bugs me the most. I'm not sure about that. I don't know what else it would be, though. Because we're winning at least a pawn there. Yeah. Whoa! So close to the finish line, and I was making good time. Why didn't I wait until I was really sure? Why? I was only 50% sure. Okay, so it's taking, and then really, where's the win here? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. 1,000,000% shameful. There's no words. Just bowing my head in shame. That's just pure. Yeah, that's just pure terribleness, for lack of a better word. I apologize for what you had to witness there. That was really, really bad. So I can take the rook, but I feel that's not enough. Okay, we are black. Yeah, I'm really, it's really, there's no reason for me to have done what I did. I was at 37. I just needed 30 seconds more to verify, and I got lazy. I need to stop being so freaking lazy. I was just impatient and lazy there. Okay, so we have a check, but then he can come right back up. But it is a check. It's our only reasonable check. Hello, Ryan. You witnessed me. I choked on 37. Actually, there's another check. This one looks much better. And then we have a discovery. So there we go. And probably the queen is enough for me. I don't think there's a mate here. I'm happy with the queen. There might be a mate though, very close to a mate, but I'm taking the queen. And I think we have a mate here. Is this mate? Or is this mate? This is mate. Okay. And we are black. Check. Boom. Mate. Bing. Boom. We are white. I'm white. So take and then fork. Bing bang. And check. Look, this is a weird position. But yeah, check and then rook c1 should be all we need. Ooh, okay, we just take. We are black. Well, we'll be faster here. And we are black. Can I take and then check? And then check and then mate. Bing, bang. Okay, I didn't actually anticipate this, but this will be enough. And we have check and then check, and then I pick up the rook. And I can even come here later. That's good enough for me. And then rook g8. So here we have check, mate in 2. Is there a time limit to the puzzle? No, there's not. Other than my sanity. So the longer I spend, the longer it takes. Because I have to hit 40, right? And they get progressively harder. Each puzzle gets harder. So you want to get the early ones done quickly. Otherwise, you'll be here all night. And just to ask Ryan, how, like, I'll do this for hours. I've done this for hours before until I hit 40. I don't do anything until I hit the 40. So it's really painful. But yeah, I think we're taking and then check should be mate. And we have check drops our pawn. Can we afford to drop this? We almost can. Check king h2, but then we've got nothing. So I don't think we can drop it. So it's just a mate in 2. Bing, bang, boom. It's embarrassing that I can't calculate a mate in 2. We are white. I want to fork all of his pieces. How do we do the geometry? This is the geometry. Check and then take and then take. Bing. Bang. Boom. So we have a discovery. We're going to go here because it stops his escape route. And then that's just actually mate. What a weird, it's a mate in 2. What a crazy mate in 2 that is. Mate in 2, weird. Okay. There's a fork. We win the queen. Seems pretty simple to me. I don't know why this is a puzzle. That was weird. Can I take and then I have check discovery? He has to come here. But then I don't really have, well, then I don't have anything. Can I change the move order? Takes. No, that doesn't seem to work. I still feel that there's, yeah, plus the other problem, if I take on d2, he might have knight d5. No, but then I have bishop takes. So takes, check, king f, or king c. Sorry. So takes, Yeah, this does work. I think I was right to begin with. Bishop d2, rook d2, take on c3, check. And if he moves the king, I just want a piece. And the only other line to look at, did you hear the I do puzzles? I do puzzle streak of 40. Puzzle streak of 40. It's a mode on Lichess. And then I play, then I play games. I do this as a warm-up and to get my calculation in and my pattern recognition. I don't do this for fun. This ain't fun. This ain't fun for me. It's not fun for anybody, for you to watch it or for me to do it. I just do it to try to get better. Okay, so sorry. So the only other line I wanted to look at, bishop d2, knight d5. But then I go bishop takes d5. And after bishop takes, rook takes, this is defended. So we take and, check. Okay. So his queen looks awkward. So maybe we have rook d8. And then we just take the bishop. Now, what if he goes queen takes e7? Then I cry. No, I don't cry. Then I take the queen. Then I take the rook. So I think it's rook d8. What if bishop e7? I still take. I think this is working. Yeah, it's only fast-paced when I'm on the low levels. Then I slow down. So check gives me nothing. So we could threaten mate a couple of different ways. Oh, it's a double attack. I call this an invisible fork. If I ever write a second chess book, this is going to be a whole chapter. But it's an invisible fork. And this one is not as invisible as some, forks, but we're hitting two squares. Yeah, this is borderline invisible because there is actually a pawn here. So maybe it's not technically invisible, but yeah, I think it might be knight e3 because we're hitting his queen and we're threatening mate. He can't stop mate without giving up the queen. So he has to give up the rook and we're just up a piece. So we are white. I think it's rook e8, setting up a fork again. If he doesn't take it and he moves here, it's a fork. If he goes here, then I take the knight. Lovely little thing. Look at that. Okay, we are white. We have a check. This doesn't seem to lead anywhere. So let's go check, and it's mate in one. There you go. You just invert the move order, and you just found the mate in one. A very weird mate. That's why I didn't consider it. Okay, threaten mate in one. You can't go wrong in considering mate in ones. You'd be stupid not to consider it. So there's only one way. Well, there's more than one way to defend, but let's just say rook f2. Then I think we have check, maybe. Well, if he goes rook f2, we might even take and then check. It does look good. I mean, that's probably winning, but I wonder if there's a simpler way to do it. Yeah, so I want to look at this, right? So if he takes and then check and then rook f1, it doesn't quite do it. So rook d2, rook f2, I think taking. And then rook d2, check. He moves somewhere, probably king e1. We go queen takes g2. He can give us a check. Now there might be perpets there. I think there's a perpet. which is ridiculous. Yeah, okay, king h7, queen f5, and then I could actually go back queen g6. I don't know. That's not enough for me. But it's got to be this. Plus, I didn't look at the other lines like of him pushing the g pawn, because that might just end my dream. So it might not be rook d2. Stupid loud fan. You made that same joke yesterday, Nebula. I didn't forget. I edited the stream yesterday and prepared it as a video. So you made the exact same joke yesterday. You should be embarrassed. That's okay. I do that all the time. It just means we're old men repeating the same joke until somebody laughs. I don't know. You'd think it's rook d2 because what else is there, right? I mean, it's just I'm just not fully synced. So let's just how do we refute g3? Well, there's queen h, maybe queen h5, and then if rook f2, then it's similar to before, like takes. I mean, it should be good. We're active there. Now, if he goes g4, we don't have the same luxury. But I mean, it should be a good position. But I don't know. This all requiring so much work makes me think I'm missing something completely, like something that's much simpler. But it's got to be rook d2. I don't fully see the continuation, but I don't see how it could be anything else. Nothing else is... Yeah, I don't see how anything else is better. So I'm playing rook d2. And he does play rook f7 or rook f2. I will look at this one with the engine after because it's not so clear to me. And then I was thinking about taking... but I will reevaluate here. This was my other consideration. Now, if he does just come back, I'm not sure if I would take on a1 and then come in here again. But then he has like queen f1 and I have nothing. So this is the most forcing line. So we will look at that. And would a queen check ever be of use? Possibly. But yeah, I'm going to take... I don't see the full finish. Yeah, so this is a little tricky because queen c2 looks good. Nebula says if goes back... You need to say notation, man. Goes back where? Here, 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 here? What does go back mean? If it goes back, and what do you mean by it? You got to learn notation. If it goes back, if a tree falls in the forest, what is it? If it goes back, then what about rook 2 rank? What does that even mean? Rook 2 rank. I can't decipher what you've said. You can speak broken chess. You're the first person I've met to speak broken chess. Yeah, you got to be chapter 4. Okay, sorry, back to focusing. So I was thinking about check here. And if the king goes back to e1, hello, Rabbi? Okay, be careful with suggesting moves while I can do them. Although the question marks make me feel that you're not very confident. But okay, I'm going to focus here. So rook d2. If king e1, I was planning just to take on g2, and I figured that we can stop perpetual, but it is a real concern. King h7, and then after queen f5, we have to block with the bishop, and so we actually lose the rook there. We lose. So this might be a blunder. If we go rook d2, king e1, take, check, king h7, queen f4. Maybe okay. Maybe I can actually play g6 because my rook is defending d7. So I guess I actually have g6. Okay, so I am going to go here. Now, if he goes king e3, then I don't know if queen g5, maybe queen g5, or I still just take. Yeah, okay. So it ends there. Okay, moving on. That took me way too long for such a low level. Can I just go c4, attack the pinned piece? He doesn't have a great square to spare. He doesn't have a square to spare. And I don't see how this is bad. I think it's that simple. And so let's not overthink it. And we are white. We have a check. This is a kill box, mate in 2. Kill box, mate in 2. Bing, bang. We are black. This one's a little strange. So let's threaten a near mate. He doesn't have anything immediate that we need to be concerned about. Or does he? He does. So we actually have a discovery, and there is our answer. And we take the queen. Okay. Can I trade? In these endgames, it's always trading. It's almost always the answer. So take, and these are locked out. And then my king is more active. I have the more sexually active king, and we are happy. I don't need to calculate that. So it's all strategical here. Next up, we are black. I'm not fast. You saw how slow I was on the other one. Okay, so check. If king d2, I can just trade and then take this rook, and I'm a happy camper. Those are all forcing moves, so we can do that. We don't want to do it the other way because of back rank mate. So we go check, take, take. We are white. We have f7. Our queen is under attack, though, so I think, but so is his. So I think we take with the queen, maybe. Let me think here. So we are down 3 pawns, which is important to say. So queen f7, he can't ignore it, right? Because I'm taking his queen. So he has to take, and then I take on f7. He has to go king h8, and then I just take his rook, and I'll be up a rook there. So I think it's that simple. And 35. I feel like Count Dracula. 35. So we have a pawn here. I'd like to push it. This one actually looks pretty tricky. So what's interesting is this check. The reason it's interesting is because we draw the bishop away from protecting a1. Now I'm just trying to figure out what move order I want to make that happen. Another interesting move is to go here and protect it, but that seems a little slow because he can always just trade it, the bishop for the pawn, and then he promotes this pawn. I don't know what you're talking about, Ryan. Don't be weird. So what was I? Yeah. So if I go a2, the bishop has to immediately stop it, right? So this is why this feels a little slow. But then, I almost have invisible forks, but almost doesn't count. So that's why this is interesting to me. Because if he takes, right, I push and he's too slow. That's why I like this move. And then I cover here. So that might be it right there. I'm a genius. Okay. Knight f4. Look at that beautiful move. Knight f4. If he takes, he can't stop us. And if he doesn't take, oh wait, sorry, he's check. I mean, so if he moves the king, like if he doesn't take it and he moves the king instead, then I come here to e2, and then he can't go to c3. But he can go here. So this is a bit of a problem. Hello, Saeed. So let me think. So check. King moves somewhere. And then knight e2. And bishop. Oh, no. This works. This works. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was good. That was good. I like my end games. Okay, so check. He can't go here because if check is no, it's not good enough. Bing, bang, boom. It's not good enough because we'll be up. Yeah, we'll be up a minor piece there. So the only other move is king g1. And then I have knight g4 picking up the exchange. No, it doesn't pick up the exchange because he can trade one off. So check king g1. But why would we not? Oh, wait. We're down the exchange right now. And I can't even take that rook. It's defended. So I miscalculated everything so far. His bishop is trapped, but I'm down the exchange. I don't know if that's enough. And he can probably just take. You know, we're a little low on material here. But we have to look at queen h3. We'd be insane not to. So looking at this again, if rook... Wow, 15 viewers. I can't believe I've got 15 viewers here. Feels good. I was actually going to work tonight. I work from home on my computer, so I was going to work, but my stream has been kind of growing lately, so I thought I'll stream instead. So queen h3, rook h2. I've looked at this many times. Oh my God, then I can take it. Beauty. So he can't go rook h2. I just go queen takes h2. So he has to go king g1. And then what? Yeah, then I'm going to look at knight g4 again. We're still down the exchange, but I'm threatening to win the exchange. If rook takes f8, and I don't know, knight takes f8. I'm on his queen, and I'm threatening mate. So he would have to go then queen e2. But he seems okay there. Ryan, I know it's nice to say that, but you have to realize I've been doing this for about 6 years now. Streaming almost every day for 6 years like this. So just keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay, but you guys understand, right, why rook h2 doesn't work? Because I can simply take the rook, king takes, and then we have this fork on the king and the queen. And that would put me up material, because I'm only down the exchange. That would put me up material there. So that's why king g1 is forced. And then I was thinking knight g5, but it's not, that is not so clear. Because knight g4 rather, because knight g4, rook takes f8, knight takes f8, or bishop takes f8, doesn't really matter. And then And then I was thinking queen e2. And I didn't have an answer after queen e2. I don't know what else it would be though. Yeah, that's so queen h3. Oh my god, 10 gifted subs, Ryan. You got to go easy on that. I do appreciate it, of course. So thank you very much. Let's see, do I recognize any of those names that those were gifted to? Not yet. I don't think I recognize any of them. And it says 10. But the chat is oh, there's some more. That's funny. I don't recognize a single one of those people, so they're not regulars. But I think there's got to be some people that watch the videos, but not the streams, that just don't comment. But as always, I do appreciate the support. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, but yeah, looking at this line, queen h3, king g1, knight g5, rook takes f8, knight takes or bishop takes doesn't concern me. And then queen e2, stopping mate. And queen e2 I think is forced, because otherwise I'm mating on h2. And I just don't know what I'm doing after that. So I'm going to play that line. We're close to the end here. I just don't see what else it would be. And I will look at this with the engine after. God, those alerts aren't stopping, eh? I mean, because there's so many gifted subs. I think that's the last one. Thank you again. Okay. I will say one thing I miss about Twitch. There's a bunch of stuff I miss about Twitch, but I really like the bits system. For one thing, I love my alerts for the bits and the animation I had. I wonder if I can I show that here? No, because I'm using a different streaming software. That's too bad. I had really cool alerts with my logo for Twitch. Okay, so anyways, we're going in. Check. Oh, and then it's just going to let us do this. So I'm annoyed because this is the obvious one. So let's look at this with the engine on the one that I was not so clear about. Yeah, so we come in here and then we make these trades, and then queen e2, then bishop h6. Yeah, not a simple move to see. So this one's underrated. And you know why it's underrated? You can see here it's rated 1849. The reason it's underrated is because nobody gets this line. And they didn't see this line. They didn't see this line. They saw the line that I played. They saw this. Or they may not even have seen this. So I hate this puzzle because people are getting it correct, but they're not looking deep. They're not looking where they should be looking. Why aren't I streaming on Twitch? I originally streamed on Twitch. I used to stream on Twitch and I had a regular following and regular viewers. The reason I moved to YouTube is because I was trying very hard to monetize my channel. And to become monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers, and that's actually the easy part for most people. The hard part is you also need 4,000 watch hours within a 12-month span. And that's not easy to do, 4,000 watch hours. But I found out that if you stream, those hours are considered, they get added as part of the watch hours. It doesn't just have to be long form videos. So I would stream for like 4 hours a day. If 10 people watch let's just say that they watch for the 4 hours, that's 40 hours that gets added. So if I did that every day for 10 days, that's 400 hours. So I did that for like a year, and then I got monetized. And then I just stuck with YouTube. I've tried going back to Twitch, but my old followers are all gone. Nobody watches. So that's why I'm on YouTube. Yeah. Does the data show who watches? Yeah. You mean the demographics of my viewership? Yeah. It's like 99.9% male, as you might expect. And the age demographic is, kids don't watch me because I don't cater to kids. I'm not like Levy. I'm old. I'm all about the adult improver. I'm not trying to be popular. My stream has always been about actually kind of my journey to improving as an adult improver. It's not about showing the latest gambits or the chess drama. I don't do any of that crap. I don't do that. I just care about improving. That's all I care about. I just want to improve and helping other people improve. But that's my channel. The nice thing about that is I can do this forever. I'm not going to get burned out, right? I don't have to like dig up drama or content, because this is relaxing for me. I'm just playing chess okay. Anyway, sorry. Moving on here. This was a terrible puzzle though, because of how it ended. Okay, moving on. There's 3 more to go. Hopefully I don't screw up. I already hit 37 earlier today, and then I got lazy. So this is a very common mating pattern. Or not mating pattern, but endgame pattern. You just go rook h8, and then you're going to promote. It's a very, very common pattern. Note that they can't take because there's a skewer. So I'm surprised this is even a puzzle, because it couldn't get more simple than this. So, okay, we are white. We have a discovery. Double check is one of my favorite motifs because it's so easy to calculate. I think this is a mate in 2. This is why I love, and we don't want to go here because then he takes the knight. So this is just a mate in 2. And again, the reason I love double check, because the king has to move every single time. So it's so easy to force calculate it. So you go knight d6, it's a double check. So the king has to move. You don't have to look at any other move other than the only legal move. And then queen e8 is mate. So it's very easy to calculate double checks, if you understand that. So last one here. We are white. We have no material, or we're down a bishop and a pawn. No, we're just down a bishop. So we need material here. Now, black currently has 2 pieces under attack, which means all we have to do is move the king where we're not going to get checked again, and then we're going to win a piece. But remember, we are down a piece to begin with. So we're also threatening mate. So I think we can actually take the knight. I'm leaning towards taking the knight, because if the queen moves somewhere random, then we have mate on f8. It's true that he has check on h3, but we're threatening mate. So I'm hoping that I can just move the king to the only legal square, and that he can't stop mate now. But then he can move his bishop. Okay, so takes. This is a very interesting one. Plus, there's a check here that I have to be concerned about. But then, okay, so I take on h4, queen h3, king g1. Then he only has one more check there. If he gives it, then I think I have king h2. And there's no more checks. I think that might be it. I think we take the knight, check, and then king h2. Or sorry. That's if he starts here. So if he starts here, wait, no. Hang on. He can just come back here. So take, check, king g1. And then if he goes, okay, so if he goes queen g4, we have to go, wait. We have knight g3. Okay, so takes queen h3, king g1, queen g4, knight g3. No more checks. And then we're threatening to mate here. And I don't really have to calculate. I mean, could we have a rook and a queen right up in his grill, and that should be enough. And if he gives us a check here first, again, just knight g3, that just transposes the position. So I think we take queen h3, king g1. Now, if he tries something fancy, like bishop g4, we can just take on a8. It's a little scary there, but the knight and the rook should protect us here. So, yeah, I think taking. Watch it be wrong, but it is wrong. I inhaled so much air in that gasp. I can't believe it. On the bubble, 39. What did I overlook? What? Oh, there's a discovery on my king. Oh my God. Okay, how do I reverse those gifted subs? Whoop, each one of those 10s subs. And it almost seems like I did that on purpose for content, but no. I seriously just messed up on 39. And that sucks, because I wanted to play a game. I don't want to start over here. But let's look at the correct answer. I didn't even see queen h4. Not once did I even consider. It didn't even pass my mind. It didn't just walk across my mind. I didn't even know it was a move. Isn't that weird? Saeed, I'm not looking at help from chat when I'm doing these. Otherwise, I'd get to 500 on Puzzle Street. Yeah. It would defeat the whole point if I just listened to chat. Okay, so I'm going to start over because that's the rules. So sorry about that, boys and girls. Got to start over. And, well, stop those Dvoretsky pawns. Yeah, I don't want to start over, but that's the rules. And we have a... wait, what? Okay, I got to reset my brain here. So anyone new to my stream, this happens. The more I do these puzzles, the worse I do because my brain is fried. How many times did I start over? What do you mean? This is Puzzle Streak, okay? So for anyone that's watching, this is a mode on Lead Chess. You keep doing puzzles. You can't get any wrong. If you get any wrong, you have to start over from the beginning. And they start off easy, and then they very slowly, progressively get harder. So right now, this is rated 1,000, as you keep getting them correct, they get harder and harder. And I just screwed up on 39. So I got to start from the very beginning again. That's why I gasped so dramatically, because I got to do it all over again. Okay, so we are white mate here. We are black. I'm black and move. Okay, so this would be a zugzwang situation where we go here, we have reserve tempi, and then we push that. Look at this. This is way too hard for 1200. Oh, yeah. I think yeah, this is a hard batch so far. These are not simple for the rating. So here we have a check and then a check. That doesn't seem like right. I have h5 at the end. Okay, I'm going to go F3. I want to look at this one with the engine after. Because I want to look at this other line of G6. I was going to go H. Oh, then here, that's the secret move. Yeah, so far this batch is underrated. Like these puzzles are way harder than the rating suggests so far. Oh, I need to pop my ears all of a sudden. Discovery on this queen. Okay, we got to catch up. This is the lifeline. We need to catch up to where we were. We're at 15 though. So check and then here. So bing, bang, boom, rook b1, check, boom. And then, I don't know, check here. I don't know if that's quite enough, but it needs to be. It needs to be enough. Bishop a3 wins his bishop. We are black. Mate in 2 here. We are white. Trying to get my bearings. I can just push and then block, take. We are black. Same thing. We are black. Discovery creation. We are white. Can I take the knight? Because these pawns seem too strong. So I think I can take here. Then we have this Zwischenzug. And we are black. The hardest part isn't what finding out what color you are. Can I take here? Wow, look at this. Sacking of the queen. Okay. Check? No, this wins the knight. He has no good discovery after. No, wait. Yeah, I think it might be queen c3. If he blocks with the queen, then I think I have this lifeline. Check, queen d2. take on d4. Bishop takes d4. No, that's a problem. So check, queen d2. No, I go here. No, how do, maybe this is wrong. So bishop b4. If he goes bishop d2, then I can take here. Okay. So the only thing I have to worry about is c3, and that's not a concern. So yeah, it's here, and then takes. So if he takes with the queen, I take the rook. If he takes with the king, I take the knight. Okay, that one actually, yeah, this is a hard batch. Everyone has told Nebula that, but he refuses. Okay, so we are white. I think we can create pants or trousers, as the Russians say, or it might be the other way around. I think the Russians say pants, and then so I think we can create pants here with h5. It's either h5 or c5, and we create pants. So h5. No, it's probably starting here. Okay, let me think. Because I don't think we can start with h5. He just goes after it, right? And then I go c5. He can't take. Then I've got, or no, can he? Yeah. Then this is too far for him, right? Because takes, and he's too slow. So I do have pants here. So he can't do anything there. If he does nothing, let's just say he does nothing, it's too late for him. I think. Wait, no, b6 could be a problem. h5, b6. So I might have to start with c5 because of b6. b6 might be a problem here. So h5, b6. Yeah, so I think we have to start with c5. Now if b6, I can take, and I've got my pants again. So I just like saying pants. That's all I care about. Because it's such a silly, it's one of the silliest things in chess, I think. And not many people know about that term, but it originates in like Russian chess texts. And the idea is these pants, you move one pawn, then you move the other pawn. You move one, it's like putting on pants. Like, especially for women, they jiggle up the pants like that. That's what it is. At least that's what. No, pants. P-A-N-T-S. Pants. Like you're putting on pants. That's what it is. That's what this is. It's pants, and the king can't stop both, right? So it's also called trousers, but not many people know about this. Okay, so that's why I think we start with c5, so that b6 is not a problem. So c5, b6, then I can go h5, and then if it's my move, I can always just take on b6, and then I've got these pants rolling again. So I think we start here, because if I start with h5, then he has c6, I think. So I'm going to look at this with the engine after. I could be wrong. No, that's right. See, and then we go. See, it's right. So show this with the engine. If we start with h5, exactly, this is there's b6 now. So b6, and we don't have the pants anymore because we can't push the d pawn on its own. So this is all about pants. This whole solution is pants. You could also say floating square. Floating square is a term that Dvoretsky coined. Another Russian, surprise player in the endgame manual. So let's keep going here. We are black. Okay, I'm slowing down. I suddenly, my energy, I feel, has really waned, because I've been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes now, unfortunately. So what is going on here. I could take on c3, then I'm on his queen, and I'm on his knight. So removing the support post of the knight seems like a good plan. Again, I'm hitting his queen, and I'm hitting here. So that should just be good. He needs to move the queen, right? So if he moves the queen and I take the knight, I mean, I think it's as simple as that. So, okay, I didn't see this, and I should have seen this. Carb dump. That's true. I ate pure junk food today and yesterday because I've been eating quite healthy lately, and I needed to undo that. So I think we have a Zwischenzug if we take on d1 because he has to take our queen. Otherwise, I'm just up a queen, right? And then I have this Zwischenzug. So we just take, and we take with the rook because otherwise we don't have that Zwischenzug. See, boom. And we are white. There's a rook for us to snack on. And then we take his rook and we're happy campers. It's as simple as that, folks. Simple as that. This is a stupid puzzle. I don't know why this is a puzzle. This is stupid. Okay, we are white. We have a check, which doesn't do anything. We have this and then rook e1. That might be it. That should be it. So a little pin there. We're down 2 pawns, so we need some material. I found how we can do it. We can take on f5 and then queen g4, forking the rook and the king. So I think it's rook takes f5. Just going to verify now. The only thing that I have to worry about is like a check after, but we can hide here. So we're going to take and check, and I didn't account for this, honestly, but I win the queen here. Okay. We are white. So we have, black has 2 pieces under attack, but we're down a piece. So what we want to do here is we want to keep 2 pieces under attack, and we do that by taking the knight. See, if we take the bishop, black only has 1 piece under attack. So we go here, and now there's 2 pieces under attack. So it's as simple as that. Okay, we are black. I found it, I think. Rook takes g2. The point is to undermine the f3 square. So if black takes and black has to take, then it's a kill box. Beauty. It's a kill box here. Rook f3, and then yeah, I love it. That's a beauty. That's a beauty. Okay, we are black. I found a fork. We take, and then queen g6 is a fork on the bishop and the rook. And that's good enough for me. I don't think he can stop both, so very nice. I'm on a roll. Okay. So if I take, I can, yeah, there's some type of geometry here. I can smell geometry. Actually, no, it might be rook d2. If the queen goes somewhere random, then it's mate, right? So I think, but then he might have queen g4. I know there's queen f3, but I want to look at queen g4 first. If queen f2, careful about saying moves in the chat. I did see that one. Fortunately, I was already looking at this. But yeah, queen f2, whoops, king h1. Then check. That's mate. It's not mate. It's not mate. But let's look at queen f3 because that's the actual concern. I don't think we have anything there, honestly. No, I think I was closer with my original ideas. Oh, I found it. We just take. Okay. Look at this. Oh, no! It was geometry. I got excited because it was geometry. It was geometry. And then I just got excited. I went too quick. Oh my God. I got excited. Once I saw it, you could see it, right? Like once I got the idea, I like a kid in the candy store, I wanted to go straight at it. Oh, I saw the idea. I saw the idea and I didn't slow down. I got to start over again, guys. I got excited. This happens too often. Once I saw the idea, I couldn't contain myself, and then I just screwed up. 18 viewers. Holy, I think that's a record. I think that's a record. But I wanted to play a game. Okay, so here we have a Bowden's mate. It is sad and disturbing and everything. This is a mate in 2. Mate. Breakthrough. Winning the knight. Kill box or just winning the queen is good enough. Discovery on the queen. We're in check, unfortunately. Making me lose my flow. Well, only legal move other than dropping the queen. I don't like that. Yeah, I want to make it this time too. I'm honestly trying. I just seriously got excited once I saw the idea, and I didn't slow down. Otherwise, I was probably going to make it on that one. Okay, what is going on here? I could give up the queen to have a rook and 2 minors against his queen. Plus, we have this passed pawn. I actually think that's good enough. I'm going to do that. This one is underrated because you really have to assess this properly. This is just mate. Yeah, that last one was purely about assessing it. Well, we have to stop mate. And then if he comes in, we can always go king h8. It's not a pleasant position though. Hello, programming archives. Welcome. So we have a check and then a check. Take with, no, move the king. Wait. No, we're getting mated there. We have to give up the queen. So I think we might have to take and let him give us a check. Yeah, we have to take that. That was a trick. That was the computer almost tricked us there. Queen b6 is looking good, but honestly, everything looks good here. So, what if he starts with Luft right away? Then he doesn't have time. He does not have time because I'm going to push, and so he has to stop the queen. Yeah, so he doesn't have time. Okay. Lifeline. We are white. Well, support the b7 push. We are black. So we have bishop b5. mean, that should be good enough. I don't like that puzzle. Take, and then we have a double attack. Very nice. We are black. Check, mate. No, it's not mate. Check, blocks. Check, mate. Not mate. Oh, come on. Where's the win? There's got to be a win there. I can't even go here. Yeah. Wait. Sorry. What was I doing? Here. Yeah. Check. Rook F4. Check on G5. And then if King H4, I don't know about that. It's got to be here though. It just has to be. So Rook F4. Yeah, there's this check here. And then if Rook F3, not seeing it. Check Rook F4. Maybe if I keep repeating myself, it'll I'll magically find it. Yeah, check. Do I have time to come in here? I might have time for that. I think maybe we can take on H2. Yeah, it might be this, but that's complicated, honestly. I think that's it, though. Yeah, ooh, that was a tough one for the rating. Okay, so boom. I mean, we can't allow, I mean, we have to take because we can't allow him to take. And this is scary. King F2, King H2, check. Ooh, how does this work? Can I go here maybe? But then you'd think this would work too. Okay, so boom, 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 check. And he's got King G2. Yeah, so King F2. Ooh, why is this is, so King F2, and he goes King H2. H6, check. Oh, I see. Then we can go King F3. And when he promotes, it's mate. Okay, well, this is the simple solution for us. The computer had a better way to play that, but okay, so we have check and should be mate, right? Check. Let me just make sure though. Take on G6, HG, check, mate. It's actually just mate there. Okay, just mate in 2. Come on. It's just a mate or mate in 3. This is a mate. Good day, mate. And we are black. We have no pieces. Wow, we have no pieces, but we have check and then check. Queen E2. Oh wait. Do I have time for Queen E2 right away? So check, knight F1. Oh, no. Then we sack the rook. We sacked the rook. Okay, we are white. Yeah, openings aren't your problem, Nebula, at 1200. Dropping your queen on move 5, your rook on move 7. these are priorities at that level, you need to stop dropping material. That's going to give you the greatest gain in rating at your level. So openings, yeah, you can start worrying about them maybe when you're like 1600 or something. A little bit. Then you can start incorporating them. Okay, so what? I don't like my queen. I don't like my queen. I don't like this position. So maybe bishop a7, because we're threatening mate. Threatening mate in 1 is always good. And trading rooks does nothing but buy him a move. Yeah, I know, Nebula. All you need to do is follow opening principles until you are hundreds of points higher. Because what good is like winning a pawn? Even if you're up a pawn in the opening, you're still going to lose because you're dropping material later on. You're dropping rooks and bishops and everything later on. So learning openings won't hurt. It won't hurt at your level, but it's the least efficient way to improve. Okay, so bishop a7. If he moves the king, he's now defending his knight. But then, for one thing, I could trade here, but I'm down so much material to begin with. Well, I'm not down that much, actually. I'm down a pawn. But I think it's bishop a7. If king c7, I think I take the rook and then take the knight. And if he defends it with his queen, again, I can just take the rook. His king is overloaded on these two pieces. So yeah, here we just take the rook, as I just said, and then we take the knight. So he does have this little check, but we can just hide on a1. No biggie. And we are white. I can't believe I screwed up the puzzles so many times. Good night, Ryan. Thank you for the gifted subs. That was very generous. Yeah, you got to do your air traffic stuff. I thought that was in the news, right? There was some airport in the U.S. Right, had some issues. So, yeah, I really wish I didn't screw up so many times. I wanted to have played a game by now, but those are the rules. I think I have a lifeline again. This is a little bit more of a dangerous one because he's going to get a pawn on c2, but I do think it works. So if he takes on c2, we have a check, and then I have rook c1. So that should be good. And we are black. We have no pieces. We need to give mate. So we could come in here. He has one legal move, and then it's mate in 2. So I'm doing that without further thought. And we are white. We have a check and then a check. And then I'm picking up the rook, and I'll be up pawns. So that should be good enough. Yeah. Okay. When do I usually stream? So same time as today. So I usually start, lately, like as in the past few months, I've been starting at around 9-ish, sometimes a little bit earlier Pacific time. So close to midnight Eastern time. I know it's not great. It just, yeah. Then again, sometimes I've tried streaming a little bit earlier, and I actually get less of an audience. So, yeah. His queen is overloaded a little bit, so that's something. Because if I take, he can't take with a queen, right? Or maybe he can a little bit, because there's still a check here, but I might be able to run. If I start with the fork, I'm winning the exchange. Is that good enough? Probably. Yeah, so I think it might just be knight e2 here. Yeah, knight e2. It's still a lot of work for black, though. That's why I was hesitant. Okay, so equal material. And the queens are both under attack. If I take his queen first, I don't see any benefit. And actually, I'm down a rook. So we need something very big here. And I think I found it. I think it's queen h5. So we're threatening mate in 2 and his queen. He can't deal with both. Okay. So there's rook g5 and there's knight d5. Both look good. Why can't I take this? Because is there a mate here? There's a mate. Oh, I've got rook g7. Okay, same thing. Okay. I think I can take. Can I take? Complicated. Maybe it's maybe queen b5. I'm hitting. I mean, his knight is still under attack, and I'm hitting here. But even if I'd win this knight, though, this is a really trippy one. So what if I take the knight, and if he takes my queen, because I could take and then takes here. I don't think that's good enough. My instinct was to take his rook, but I'm not so sure about this. This is very tricky. Yeah, queen b5. You may just take here. I know I can take here, but I don't think that's enough. Boom. Oh, it's so tricky. Is this a thing? No. What am I even doing there? Doesn't even make sense. I think I might get this one wrong. Yeah, I do wonder about queen c3. I do wonder about this. So if queen takes, I mean, I'm definitely not sure. I would assume he needs to move the knight. I mean, could that be enough? I don't think that's enough. Yeah, the other option is to attack his other knight, because then he has two pieces under attack. But it's just I'm down so much material. I don't know if winning one knight is good enough. So like if I started here, queen d5, I'm on both his knights now, and he might even just have knight b6. And if I did it this way, he has this, and yes, I can take, but I don't know. That seems very much a stretch. This one has broken me. This doesn't work. Taking this doesn't work. Taking the rook on a1 doesn't work because after b2, he has queen c2 amongst other things. And if I take the knight first, it doesn't work because he just takes my queen, right? And then after I take here, it's check, and he can come back and defend. And so I can't figure it out. Oh. And pushing is interesting. I did look at this, but once his king gets to h2, I just don't see the continuation, because I was looking at b7. If he takes, check, king h2. I've looked at this and I just don't see it. Unless we have, do we have time? Do we have time for queen f1? We might have time for that. That might be it. Queen f1. Yeah, we have time for it. No, I couldn't find it. I can't find anything else. Oh, it feels bad. I'm sick of these. I don't think I'm going to hit 40 tonight. Oh, he just moves the rook, of course. Oh my God, he just moves the rook. Okay, so how does this work? You know what's funny? This is the very first move I considered, right? That was my instinct. But oh yeah. I abandoned this one because I thought we have nothing. So this one I was all about recognizing queen f1. Okay, got to start over. Honestly, at this point, you guys should go to bed. I mean, I don't blame anyone for going now. It's you stuck with me long enough. I'm going to keep at it though, because I'm a glutton for punishment. But yeah, it's just one of those times where I'm really struggling. Whoa, I'm gonna check. I didn't realize that we had a discovery, or that his queen was under attack. Okay. Yeah, it's the last time I actually completely failed. I don't even remember. It's pretty rare that I give up entirely. I usually just keep doing it until I go completely insane. But this is looking like I might not make it, because I'm an hour and 42 minutes in now. And I only get more tired with time. Not sleepy tired. I'm mentally tired. Ooh. Here. I only get... Oh, Dane, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Go back to your blitz. Okay. With those dad jokes. Get out of here with those dad jokes. Are we just happy with this? That's lame. What's the trick here? Oh, it's queen's overloaded. So we go here first. It is getting painful. Yeah. It's been painful for a while. Check. He's got 2 squares. If he goes to G7 and check. I don't know if that's best there. King G7. What if I come back in here? And then there's a check here. So my brain is so fried now at this point. I'm going to be a little bit lazy, I think. So no, but check. I'm just burned out. I can't even see straight anymore. I'm just so burned out. My brain is fried. Yeah, so we have check here. It was King G6. And then is this mate? Okay, there you go. This wins this skewer. Now those pawns are fast, but we're up a rook. Queen is overloaded. So do we take the bishop first or the rook? We take the rook. Check. This should win the knight. Oh no, there's queen f3. So it's just a mate in 1, you stupid. Okay. I can take and then take his bishop. Mate? Or it's a deflection? Okay, let's be a little bit more considerate. Yeah, this is better. This is better. Mate in 2 here. And I guess I'm just taking his rook. I mean, that's weird. And then here. That's a stupid puzzle. We can just take on e7. Our queen is under attack. So we could take once. How do we do this here? So if we start with the knight and he moves the king, I just move my queen and I'm up a piece, right? So he needs to take, and then after I recapture and he takes my queen, I'll be on his rook for the exchange. And we are black. Is this a mate? It's a mate. We are black. I'm really sad that I didn't get to play a game. Like, it's so bad to have to watch this. And then we have a discovery on his queen, but our queen is under attack though, so I wonder about that. Check. All right, so he moves the king again. I take. Yeah, that should still be good though. I think. Take, right? Yeah, I'll be up a piece and I can stop these still. Okay. I just take here. No. How come there should be some really obvious tactic here? Oh, then I go rook d1. So we take and then rook d1. You're going to smoke a cigar to you playing live. Oh, right. No, it's brutal. It is not fun. It's agonizing. Yeah. Anyways, I think we have knight g4 because white is completely paralyzed. Literally, the only thing that can be moved is the queen, and then I'm mating here. It's not quite mate, but we are white. Do I just go after his a pawn? That's got to be it. So then you take on a5. This ain't easy. I wonder if I can come back in time and then attack. Did that make any sense? I might be able to play b3 or b4 here and then sack the knight. Might be b4. b4. Right? If he takes on a4, I should be good there. If he takes on b4, then I go a5 and then b3 and I take a6 and he's not stopping me. And you just gotta play it and be confident. Look at that. Okay. 36. We have a fork here. So this wins his bishop, but our knight is under attack. But there's some good things about this move, because if the king moves, we have a fork. So this is mined. This is illegal. This is mined. So I think it is going to be queen c6. If he blocks here, that is a problem. That is a problem. That's okay, but maybe we can still force some tricks here. So if we give a check, he again only has one move. And then I take it. There we go. It is here. Yeah, so we give a check, and then we're taking the bishop with check again. Okay, that was not a simple one. I'm happy to have gotten it. I think I can take the pawn, because if he takes, I take with check, and then his other knight's hanging. But what if he just moves his king? Then I take the rook. Now, does it matter which way? Yeah, it completely matters. We have to take with the e rook, because I take this one. If I take with this rook, he can just move his king. So we have to take here, and then take, and then take. 38. 38. 2 hours in almost. Am I going to screw up? So I've screwed up in 37, and I screwed up in 39. Now it's time to screw up in 38. Okay, is his queen trapped? Yeah, if he goes queen a3, I take his rook. I think it's knight a4. I think we just take the rook. Okay, last one. So, there's a rook here. I was going to say, can't we just push? So can't we just go king a2 then? Oh, he's got 2 pawns. Okay, so tricky. So if he takes here on b6, then we have a problem. So I don't think it's king a7. It's probably starting with a check, specifically g8. That forces king d7, but what have I gained there? Absolutely nothing. If I start with this check, all of this seems very unhelpful. So again, this is the most natural move, but I think he can just take. Oh, wait. No, maybe it is king a7. If he takes... The thing is, these are Dvoretsky pawns, but they aren't. The reason why they aren't Dvoretsky pawns is because I can take one. That's something they don't write about in that book, the end, but that I figured out on my own. So I think it is king a7. If rook b6, we take the rook, and then if he creates Dvoretsky pawns, either this way or this way, I can just take one, and the other one won't promote. And if he does something else here, then I'm just going to put. So I'm playing it, and it's correct. And I forgot that he had an a pawn, so I have to be very careful here. Now I can get this move in for free, and it might be king c6 here because my king can then aid in the grabbing of all these pawns. I can't move my rook because my rook is dealing with these Dvoretsky pawns. So I think it's going to be king c6. He needs to move the king somewhere, and then I bring in my king, and then after h4, I keep bringing in my king. After h3, keep bringing in the king, and then we're there just in time. And I did it. Oh, God. Okay, I'll get one wrong on purpose now. Okay, see? Persistence. Oh, my God. Oh, it's so much work. That's so much work, man. Oh, my God. Okay. I'm sorry you guys had to go through that. Kudos to you, Nebula, for sticking around from the beginning. From the very beginning. You're a sick man for sticking around. But we did it. We got there, as we always do. 40 puzzle streak warm up. I'm thoroughly warmed up. I'm going to play a game now. My just desserts. Here we go. I'm going to get blown. Well, actually, you know what? Lichess is going to restart in 8 minutes. So I'm not sure if I should play a game. Because it's going to restart halfway through my game. I could move over, or yeah, I could move over to chess.com while Lichess restarts. Hello, Pinaki. Okay, I'll play a game, but it's going to screw me up because Lichess is going to burn my clock. Okay. Actually, let's play the Dutch. Playing Master Eddie. We just have to win or lose within 7 minutes here. Before Lichess restarts. Okay, so if white castles, I think I'm just going to play it. So this is pretty unusual, I must say, to face a double fianchetto against the Dutch. So yeah, this is a little unusual. So I'm wondering about knight c6, and then if d5. I guess I could just take it, right? So it's looking decent to me. Okay, I'm going to play knight c6. Yeah, the game will work. The thing is, sometimes it shows my opponent's clock running, but it's actually my clock running. And that happens to me too frequently. Now, the move I actually forgot about here was knight e4. I think I should have played knight e4 instead of knight c6. And there's a few reasons behind this move, which I'm not going to bother talking about now. I'll talk about after the game. So I'm going to play that. I think I should have played that instead of knight c6. I think it's slightly more accurate. And now I think I'm just going to trade it off. And then, so again, usually white doesn't fianchetto here on the queen side. I think I'm going to play e5. That's one of the main ideas in the Dutch, the classical Dutch. If white takes on c3, then his bishop, his king side is weak. But the problem is he could win a pawn, right? e5, he could take on c3 or on c6, and he can win a pawn, but he gives up his lovely light squared bishop, and so I'm unsure. Okay, you know what? I'm going to play queen e8. Okay, so we're defending it this way. It doesn't really save the pawn though. So this was not really making much sense. But eventually we're going to bring the queen over to the king side. I still want to play this, but I don't really like what's happening here. So let's put the bishop on f6. I also could have considered a rook lift, right? I just don't have enough experience with that. And now, can I do this? I'm not worried about d5. And should be fine now. Yeah, so d5... I don't know where I'm going, if I want d8 or b8. There's pros and cons to both. I think I'm going to put it on b8 because eventually I might want to put it on c5. Is my reasoning. But yeah, the reason I'm playing this a little bit slower than usual, because again, white usually does not fianchetto here, so I'm just not used to these positions. Okay, so there's a backward pawn here. If I take, then it's gone. So I'm leaning towards pushing. But then his knight can get into d4. I could also do nothing, which is a very viable option. I do think I'm going to push, though. His knight can be a little annoying, but this is also a weakness for white. So we recapture, and I know the first thing he's going to do, well, it's actually not so easy for him to get there. He might have to go to b3. Okay, so this bishop is controlled. Yeah, so he wants a square. It's pretty obvious. Can I start attacking here? I don't see how. I don't see how. Can I run the H pawn? Not really. I don't see how we're attacking there, unfortunately. What about A5? And then we create a weakness on C5. Let's try that. A5. So if he pushes, then we have this lovely square for our knight. We'll each get a lovely square. I like my knight better, though. He doesn't take me up on that. I'm going to go for the open A file that I'll control here. I can even offer a queen trade now. He does have rook a1. I don't really want to trade like that. So I think we need to develop. Yeah, all my pieces are very discombobulated here. What's the best way to do it? Do I want the bishop here or here? I think I want it here, but what am I? Okay, no, this is awkward. What about rook a2 and then rook a1? Maybe. What if I go rook a4, rook a1, then I win a pawn, right? So maybe I have rook a4. And I don't know. I don't like this, but I'm running out of time. So I'm going rook a4 here. And then we're going to do this. Oh, crap. No, rook's hanging. So I still think I created a weakness, though. So I think that went fine. I guess I'll just go back to a8 so I don't... Actually, we could also attack the e3 pawn. So maybe here. And then this. Okay, let's do it though. I don't think there's... Oh, he's kind of getting a free move there. Yeah, okay, I'm going to play it though. Okay, rook a3, and then we're going to get the knight to c5. My bishop sucks though. That's my main concern here. The rook on f6 is a bit awkward as well, but my bishop is my biggest problem here. He offers me a trade. Now I have rook a2. But I think I'm just kind of helping him out here. But then I could trade that off. Okay, I am going to play it though. I don't know. Rook a2. And then I'm going to try to... I really want this as soon as I can. Still don't know what I'm doing with my bishop. It's a problem. Eventually I'll put it on b7 and then I'll try to break with c6. Try to get something there. Okay, now his queen is starting to get almost a little overloaded. Okay, so now we're trying to unwind. Now we have the knight semi-developed. And, well, I'm forced to trade at this juncture. And I think that went fine. So now we just have to deal with our terrible bishop. Fortunately, white's bishop is also terrible. And yeah, we don't want him getting... Now, does he want to just trade here? Because I would be happy to oblige. Let's bring this rook back because it's awkward. I mean, yeah, there was some attack here, but okay. I will take and try to do something here. If rook a7, oh shit, rook a7, I have to be passive and then he doubles up. That's a problem. I might have to give him that. Crap. Okay, can I do this? Take here. Use this and try to... Okay, oh god, that's a big... because rook b8 is just too passive for me. I don't know what he does though, but I think I have to attack here. But then he takes and just defends. Yeah, because then he puts a queen here. Okay, I'll go for it. I don't think this works. I think maybe I do have to passively defend, but I have so little time now. I just have to go all in. Yeah, so the queen comes in and there's not really anything for me. My bishop was just too bad this game. What the hell? Weird, eh? Doesn't make any sense. The only thing I had there was this attack, and he just completely ignores it. I don't know. I feel bad about it, or I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel good about it though. So the game did not go well for me. I'm not used to playing against that queenside fianchetto in the Dutch. So let's take a look at that from the beginning. So it was a ready Dutch, and then he played this B3 system. I mean, there's so much flexibility in what black can do here, or either side. It's not sharp. So I just played it very classically. Now here, I think I should have played knight e4 first, which would have been similar to what happened in the game. And I took on d2. I'm not sure if that's the best move or if I want to play d5, but I don't think taking is necessarily bad. And this will be very interesting for me to analyze because I just haven't seen this position before in the Dutch, in the classical Dutch. Now I went to b8. I'm not sure if maybe going towards the queen side was better, but I wanted the c5 square. And yeah, I'm pushed here. So I wonder if I can just go for an attack here, but I just don't see how. I just don't. Yeah, so went for this, and then I burned a lot of time here because I kind of just played around with this rook a little bit too much. I don't know if I wasted any tempi on that. Should I even try breaking at this point? I don't think so. But yeah, maybe I should have just started trying to get my bishop out. But it would have kind of transposed, I think, anyways. Yeah, I did kind of lose a tempo. It depends on how you look at it, because I do think this is a little bit of a weak structure because my knight gets to c5. But yeah, I just kept moving my rook and kind of wasting time in a sense. Yeah, eventually I had to take. And my bishop was just bad. Yeah, this is all very sensitive. Yeah, and then he challenges my knight. He played this well. Maybe I need to play b6 and then defend the c pawn. And I went in here. Or, you know, maybe I have to play it slow. But my bishop is really the problem here. And then, yeah, went all in. And it paid off, but it shouldn't have. Okay, let's look at that with the engine and try to learn something. Somebody ran it out. Holy crap. He played very well until he blundered. That's a little weird, eh? He plays almost perfectly. Maybe not perfect. It says 4 inaccuracies. And then he just blunders mate. A very obvious mate in 1 after playing very well. So that's kind of weird. Okay, let's try to learn something here. Chat having a good old time talking about their ages. Yeah, so here, yeah, so knight e4 would have made a little bit more sense. And then if knight bd2, it actually does not want to take. It doesn't hate taking though, but it's preferring to have this. And maybe this is how you should play against the queenside fianchetto. You block the d4 pawn. And if, let's just say white tries to play c4, maybe even immediately. Well, it's a pretty equal position apparently. This seems a little bit more like a Stonewall-y position. I've never had a position like this before, or in the Dutch. So it's unusual to me. That's if knight e4 right away. b5 is apparently a move. Don't ask me what that's about. That is a bizarre move. And there's a5 followed by knight e4. So knight e4 really is the main. Everything I think kind of revolves around that. But yeah, it's a strange position here. Although that's if we take. No, sorry. No. What was the line I was looking at? Yeah, that's if we take. So taking is not optimal. So yeah, if we ignore it. Oh no, this is still similar to the line I was looking at though. So this is the way you play it apparently. I don't love it though. I don't love this position. Just because I'm unfamiliar with it. Okay, I'll look at that more in my own time. I mean, knight c6 was fine too. And then I played knight e4. Yeah, I took voluntarily. So white has a tiny edge, 0.7. He played very well. And yeah, e5 was good. Black is equal here. Oh, so better was knight b4. We're on a2 and he can't move the rook because of the bishop. So he has to push the a pawn, I think. It's saying he can do other stuff. I guess if we take, we're trapped. There's a trap, bishop a5, where apparently we can get out somehow, but it's not quite free. But yeah, the computer's recommending knight b4. And okay, anyways, it's not a huge deal, but it doesn't like knight b8 because of c5, which I wouldn't, I didn't consider, and I would never consider. I still don't what is this about? Is it a clearance square for knight c4? If we take, then e4, this is next level stuff. This is complete next level stuff. That is insane. I would never see this in like a classical game. How did that start? Here, C5. That's insanity. C5 is insanity. And then E4. And then, yeah, G takes F4 and then push. That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's very, very next level stuff. Okay. Yeah. So pushing was okay. Computer's recommending just developing. Yeah, maybe this was a little bit too committal. There was no reason for me to have to resolve any of this, you know, because if he takes, we're fine here, and this backward pawn is, oh, he wants to take with a knight. Maybe to keep this at bay, this pawn at bay. Okay. Yeah, it was a tough game, though. And both sides played well, except I played less well up about 5 moves before the end. Yeah, so all of this was more or less okay. Even here, so white is +1. It's not, you know, it's not winning. But this was the mistake. Queen h5, when I went all in on the queen on the king side here. So it wants me to deal with this, as boring as it is. However we do it, it doesn't care, but it wants us to deal with this and then just come in and defend. I didn't want to do that, though. I felt like eventually he might be able to slowly push, get his king active, and then do something, because my bishop is just so bad. But yeah, the computer just wants to hold here, hold the fort. This is too much. Yeah, rook a7, and there's no attack here. Bishop is a very good defender, and the queen can defend. So this, I needed to just try to hold here. So this was incorrect. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it paid off for me. It shouldn't have, because all he had to do, maybe this was a mouse slip. I bet it was a mouse slip. It was probably a mouse slip. I didn't even think about that. He probably meant to go to C2 or B2. And I have nothing here. Yeah, I feel kind of bad now. So I would have come in here threatening to take, but then he just comes in and defends, and I have nothing here. So yeah, sometimes you just have to, it's a hard pill to swallow. You just have to defend. Like, you can't just blindly go in and attack. So I got very lucky that he mouse slipped, supposedly. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for me today. A 2.5 hour stream. I apologize for the terrible puzzle streak session. It took me about 2 hours today, when yesterday it took me like 16 minutes. It took me 2 hours today. It's just how it is sometimes. So I only played one game. Okay, I probably won't be back tomorrow because it's chess club night. So it's like maybe a 30% chance I'll be back tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday I'll be back. And then I actually have a chess tournament on Saturday. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. You'll see me tomorrow. Take it easy. Good night.